This is Brother Loren Larson, and if you are watching this on YouTube, you are a student in the fall semester of 2014 taking the class of Colossians. In order for this video to be a help to you, you'll need 4 specific documents, and I would advise that you have them on hand. If you don't, go ahead and get them and then come back to the video. You should have the syllabus for Colossians as handed out in the first class. Then number 2, you should have the reading schedule that we're going to talk about that was handed out in class. You should have 3, the background assignment information that was handed out. And number 4, you should have the outline information that was handed out. This will expedite your viewing of this particular instructional video, and you should be able to follow along with me easily through the syllabus that you see digitally, but I'd rather that you had your own syllabus right there in front of you and you followed along with me and maybe made some notes, because we're going to put some due dates here to you that are not on the syllabus at this time. First of all, let's look at the course description. Very simple. This course is a concentrated expositional study on Colossians. We will have time, I don't have any doubt about it, to be able to cover Colossians verse by verse and maybe even have some class discussion in a great measure regarding some of the things that we find there. With only 4 chapters to cover, we're going to be in pretty good shape as we go through the course, and I'm really looking forward to not having to rush, and I don't want to bore you. We won't spend time where it doesn't need to be spent, but again, we will have time, I'm sure, to study it in depth. You're going to need a King James Version copy of the Bible. Number 2, you're going to need the Expositor's New Testament at least, or perhaps the Expositor's Study Bible in its full form, because part of your reading assignment will be the Expositor Study Bible. Brother Swigert, of course, the author of that. And thirdly, you'll need Colossians by N.T. Wright, this book, and it may have a different cover on it, but it's a Tyndale New Testament commentary, a simple commentary, only about 150, 160 pages worth of reading, and we're going to talk about some extra reading for you as we go through, but these are the books and the readings that I'm going to require as we start the course. First of all, look at the reading assignment as is listed on your syllabus. It says that the student will be required to read the book of Colossians 3 times. Now, those 3 times will just be read-throughs. 4 chapters, probably won't take you more than 20-25 minutes each time. The first time with the King James Version. The second time, however, I'm going to require that you read Brother Swigert's Expositor's Study Bible with the text and the notes. That way you get a little flavor of what Brother Swigert believes and how he teaches on the book of Colossians. I maybe should have given you the whole commentary to read, but Colossians commentary is 400 pages, so I chose to go this way. I would strongly recommend that if your schedule allows and you are wanting to look closer at some of the text, that you get Brother Swigert's commentary on Colossians and read that as we traverse through the course. It'll help you. But I just didn't want to put more on us than we needed. So you have the Tyndale commentary and you have 3 read-throughs of the book of Colossians. The Tyndale commentary is going to be checked, at least your reading progress, 3 times in the year. I have a reading schedule, and if you look at that, it's very simple. It's not complicated, but our first tentative exam will take place on 9/26. If you're looking at your reading schedule, you'll find that by then you'll need to have read through the introduction through page 75. And even though some of the books are not, some copies are not all the same page numbers, basically it's 21 through 75. And you'll need to have both the Bible read-through done and the first 21 through 75 pages read in the Tyndale by the time of the first exam. And following suit, then the second exam covers pages 76 through 125. The second read-through using the Expositor's Study Study Bible. And the third and final check on your reading will be pages 126 through 175 in the Tyndale Commentary, and read through number 3 must be accomplished by the time you take the final at 12:12 at the end of the semester. So that's your reading schedule, really simple. Everything correlates and corresponds, not necessarily to these dates, but with our exams, and those are tentative dates for the exams. And we'll talk about that if need be in class. Note-taking is vital when it comes to being a student. And again, you'll know that through lectures and the processes that we try to teach you, that if you don't have a record of what's being said, when it comes time to doing work, especially in regard to study guides, summaries, essays, there's no way for you to fulfill what the requirements of the work are. So I'm hoping that rather than just sitting and staring, you'll take good notes in the time frame of the course. They will serve you well. I was a Bible college student here nearly 30 years ago. Well, boy, I hate to say that, but yeah, that's the truth. And I still have the notes that I took in every single class. I created a file for them and put my notes in them. I didn't have computers. They weren't available back then. Kind of dates me, but at the same point in time, what you learn here will travel with you the rest of your life if you'll take good notes and you'll take care of it. Your first major assignment, as is always the case when I teach a book of the Bible, and really from now on any book of the Bible, is a background assignment. Now, that background assignment you have already been given through the first day of class, that sheet with the questions on it and the example as to how to do the background assignment and what it should look like. As a sophomore, there should be no question in your mind as to how to do this, but if you need to, right there on your syllabus, there's a URL for the background information assignment. It's done some time ago. It's generic, and it will help you see and understand what it is that needs to be done. So if you need a review on what the background information assignment is really all about, what it's like, well then go to this URL and look it over. It's about a 15-20 minute video. Your keywords are background information, WEBC&S. So the background assignment is on YouTube, and you can see it in its fullness. Take your sheet and review again the responsibilities there. Also, in every Bible book that we teach, you'll be required to outline. And now, thank goodness this is Colossians and not Isaiah. You won't have 66 chapters to outline. You'll have 4 chapters to outline. So while it's still a needed assignment, it's not going to be as costly in time or endeavor as some. But you will need to give me the required outline format. Once again, as a sophomore, this should not be a question as to how to do it, but if it is and you need a review, we've given you the information concerning your chapter by chapter outlines. It's one of the handouts we gave you first day of class. So take that handout and review it. If you're still not sure, there is a video on YouTube, and you have the URL right there in the syllabus. You can just plug it into your browser and you'll find it. If that doesn't work, use WEBC outline instructions as the means to get to this particular video. If all else fails, talk to the professor. But use the video first and relearn what it is that is required. Major thought is, I want you to do it exactly as I've asked you to do it, in the form that I ask, and there must be a minimum of 3 divisions in each chapter. And I'll leave that. We'll go on. Study guides. Study guides have basically become the major thought process of homework around the study of the book of the Bible for us. Our online classes are using them, and now here with larger numbers in the school, the study guides are an essential part of your learning process. What we're trying to do is, for each paragraph, give you a study guide. We'll have background information and then start breaking down Colossians into paragraphs. And as soon as we cover enough information to cover a paragraph, then we give you a study guide, and you'll have 1 week or a little less to fulfill that study guide, complete it, and turn it back. We're still not fully automated online yet, so we may do some online and we may do it all old school, handing you out the written text and have you fill in the blanks and hand it back. I'd like to go the other way, but I don't think we're quite ready for that. By next semester, I hope to have that in vogue, ready, up and running, so that this can all be done online, save you time and save me time. But howbeit, the study guides will cover the information taken in class from your notes. It may also cover the text. So again, it's important that you stick with me on a King James Version, for I may ask a question that's a fill in the blank regarding a word that's directly from the King James Version text. And if you're reading and studying with another word-for-word translation, you won't find the proper answer. It'll count against you. The summaries and essays I put here because there may be times where we broach subjects in the course of the course, and I want you to think about it or deal with it a little bit more. In that case, I may assign a summary, a short-term essay of sorts, and with that assignment will come the instructions. But I just put it in the syllabus as an option to buttress and consolidate with the study guides that we will be doing for sure. And if we find that we have the time to do them, I probably will assign one or two. It's not a sure thing. The study guides are, but I'm not sure about the summaries or essays in this class. Right now, I've divided up Colossians into three particular divisions for exams. I don't know if I'll hold true to those divisions now, so I won't go through them with you, but I'm scheduling 3 exams because we have 4 chapters. Obviously, it won't necessarily be at a chapter division, but as is my custom, long before the exam, you will know that it's coming. I do plan, because we all have the time to do the exams here in class this year, and so you should be preparing for that at least mentally, and long before we have it, and long before the content is demanded of you, you'll know what it is that you need to know for your exam. All right, grading procedures. My exams and outline are 60%, reading and study guides, other assignments 40%, and I will maintain a 10% option on my part, to where if I want to lower or raise your grade based on attitude or action, then I can do that. It gives me leeway. And so if you're a student that is consistent and you are in class all the time, that would help you in regard to a grade that's right on that verge of one thing or another. Keep track of your attendance. This is a Monday, Wednesday, Friday class, so the rules on attendance for 3 times a week, a class that meets 3 times a week, do apply. Those are listed on the board here in class, as well as in the handbook that we hand out at registration. So review the attendance policies. Don't get yourself in trouble, and be aware of that. What those policies are. Student responsibility, as always, I expect you to hand things in on time. There's really no reason why you can't accomplish the task as given. But I understand that sometimes things don't work out the way we plan, or there's an issue with this or that, and so here's how I work it. If you have not prepared and done the work by the time frame that the due date rolls around, then I will immediately take 10 points off of whatever you turn in. You will have 1 entire week from the due time, due date, to get me that assignment. And there's absolutely no reason in my mind why you, as a student, can't get an assignment done when you have an extra 7 days. After those 7 days are concluded, then there will be no opportunity to make up that assignment. And a goose egg, a 0, is far more devastating than 10 points off. Again, it's not fair to keep me waiting for the assignment. It's not fair to the other students to keep them waiting, and there's no reason why you can't fulfill it within 7 days, other than the fact that you just chose not to. If there's something other than that, you can contact me. My phone number, or at least the college number, is here in the syllabus. My official Email here at the ministry is there, laurenl@jsm.org. You can contact me there, or through Jacoby, and even through Canvas once we get that up and running. So there's a lot of ways that you're going to be able to contact me through this semester if you have a struggle or a trouble maintaining or getting some work done. Exam days, man, you just need to be here. And I'm looking forward to having the time to study the book of Colossians with you. I hope this has been a help to you, and that you're ready to travel through the book of Colossians with me. We love you. We're looking forward to it, and can't wait to see you in class. Thank you.